Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. Married at First Sight, San Diego. Season 15, Episode 6, Saved by the Mariachis. If you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns of various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So, if you enjoy that type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Don't keep typing in Tammy Talks every week. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Save yourself the trouble. If you enjoyed this particular video, thumbs it up. Let the YouTube algorithm know that it is a sight to see. For those of you that were saying the sound has been low, I got the mic. I told you guys I moved. You can tell because the background is different. So y'all knew that. But I kept telling y'all I had to finish unpacking. Had to finish unpacking. We're done unpacking. So the mic is here, all right? So let me know how the sound is. Let me know if the sound is better. If it's not, turn up your devices. Turn them up. Otherwise, but no, seriously, let me know if the sound is better this week than it has been the past 2 weeks, all right? So let's talk Lindy and Miguel. A couple that I did not think I would hate as much as I do. I did not think I would have such a disdain for Miguel as I do. But the guys are going to go tequila tasting while the ladies are going to brunch and just kind of catch up with each other, have some, a nice little gossip sesh, okay? Lindy lets the ladies know that they are still progressing when asked about intimacy. They asked, what does that mean? She said that they are doing what married couples do, i.e., they had sex already. She said it was natural. There was no pressure. She feels good about it. Now, I'm going to say the fact that she had to say there was no pressure means there was pressure. And I think what people have to understand, too, I'm going to get into it later, but pressure does not always mean you're going to have sex with me, you're going to have sex with me now. That's not always pressure, okay? And because Lindsay is a little sheltered, Lindsay was pressured to have sex. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. IDC. Lindsay was pressured to have sex. Meanwhile, on the other side, Miguel is saying that when they made love, it was more passionate than he thought it would be with a stranger. He said that he felt one with the universe. He felt holy. He felt like a higher being. And I said, Miguel is still being shady and disrespectful about Lindy's religious beliefs. I know some of y'all don't see it. There were some people that were kind of in the comments in one of the videos where I mentioned how he is like kind of disrespectful to her religion, that were saying that, you don't have to respect someone's religion, if that's not yours and all that other kind of stuff. And I disagree. I am Christian. I am Lutheran. But I would never feel like someone that is like a Buddhist or a Muslim or Sikh or anything else, or Jewish or anything like that, I would never feel as if my religious beliefs are better than theirs. And I think the fact that Miguel is such an ass about it bothers me. Not because I am religious myself, but just because it's disrespectful. If you do not agree with her religious beliefs, perfectly fine. That's something that y'all can deal with, but there's no need for you to make the comments that you make and then kind of laugh about it. But that's just me, all right? So while the guys are also talking, the guys get onto the issue of wanting to wait to have sex with their spouses. So we know that Justin is celibate, so he's waiting. Miguel was kind of like, why are you waiting? What's the holdup? Why don't you want to do it? And it's like, just because you think with YOLO, sir, as if you're 15, doesn't mean that everybody else doesn't have the emotional maturity to get to know somebody without wanting to fuck them right away. So Nate said that him and Stasha are not having sex yet because he wants to get to know her on a deeper level, blah, blah, blah. Miguel said that that's bull because, like, that doesn't mess anything up. But Miguel is also a person that leads with sex and relationships. And I think the fact that Miguel has led with sex previously in relationships and they clearly have not worked, it's amazing and kind of concerning that he would do this again in this marriage. The definition of insanity is doing the same action over and over and over again, expecting a different result. Miguel is doing the exact same thing that he has done in every other relationship, and he's expecting that to work in this case just because they signed that piece of paper, and that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So we get the scene where Lindy's talking to Stasha and Morgan, and Stasha asks Lindy, how did you flip from not wanting to have sex to suddenly having sex now? And she kind of hints at, were you pressured into having sex? Stasha gets visibly upset. I guess Stasha has had something in her past that triggered her. She has at one point in time felt like she was pressured into having sex to keep her relationship. Lindy was like, no, it was no. I wanted to, my feelings changed. That's bullshit, Lindy. I'm sorry, but that's bull. You were pressured. You were pressured because every single time that Miguel has talked about you in the group and has talked about anything involving the relationship, he has mentioned how he has tried to have sex with you and you have turned him down. Every time we have seen you and Miguel have a conversation with just the two of you, he has been talking about wanting to have sex in some capacity and you shutting him down. Wanting to know when you're going to be ready. When are we going to do it? What is the holdup? Don't you feel comfortable? We are now married. All those type of things. When you have a situation and somebody is constantly doing that to you, that is pressure. Pressure is not always saying, can we do it now? 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 That's not the only way that you can be pressured to have sex. When somebody is always in your ear being very passive aggressive about that, that is pressure as well. And the fact that Lindy is so sheltered and she just wants to be married to him so damn bad, she's ignoring all the red flags that he's just chucking at her head like this, looking like he's straight out of Squid Games with remember the lady with the big head with the gun? That's what Miguel is doing with the red flags to her. And it's sad to watch Lindy be emotionally manipulated like this. Because the fact that she does not think and she does not understand that she was pressured into having sex is an issue. It's an issue. You were pressured, sweetheart, whether you realize it or not. So Lindy and Miguel, I think they were kayaking. I don't know water sports, y'all. Looked like they were in a kayak. They get out and Miguel is saying that, we didn't have an argument that can, cause us to break up. You hear all the time about couples when they are forced to do like an activity like that together. And kayaking is like one of them where you have to work together. And how do you row? You're rowing like this, or is it like this with the water? I think it's like this. And you're paddling. Is always a couple who, as they're doing it, and they're pushing the stuff, is always somebody who isn't doing it right. They're on the wrong wavelength. They're on the wrong, I should be up when I'm down. Like, it's always something that causes an argument. So Miguel feels that the fact that they didn't have an argument, things are on the up. And I'm like, Miguel's so annoying. He's just happy and excited because he got some. Now he can relax a little bit. So Lindy feels like even though they are so different, she's a person that wants to put all her emotions out on the table, talk about everything. Miguel is a person that wants to kind of let things play out so he can analyze how they got to where they are. She feels he's too analytical. He tells her he just doesn't know quite where he is for him to, relay those feelings. He said that he is in it for the 8 weeks. He's going to go all in, balls to the wall. And then after those 8 weeks, he'll decide where he stands. Now, I completely understand his thought process, right? I'm going to go all in. I'm going to make sure that I am fully immersed in this marriage. I'm going to do every single thing possible to make this marriage work. At the end of those 8 weeks, we can reassess how this went, and from there I will make an informed decision that is best for me. Because at the end of these 8 weeks, you do have to make, and you may have to make a decision thinking about yourself and not the other person, right? That's what you should be focused on decision day. So he tells her that, but I think it's kind of the way that he says it is what is like bothering Lindy a bit. So she asks him if this is just a 2-month experiment for him, or does he really want this to work? His response is he doesn't know, because he really doesn't know you, because y'all just got married. And it's like, duh. Like, duh. You know what I mean? Like, it is amazing the stuff that Miguel says. So like I said, I see what Miguel is saying, but it's really the phrasing, right? Then it's also, it's a bunch of buckets here. It's also the fact that Lindy wants to be married so bad that she, and just her personality, she's very neurotic, very type A, that very high strung. So it's the fact that you couple all those things together, the fact that Miguel just kind of wants to sit back and see what happens. She can't take it. She can't take it. This is the same lady who searched for her pajamas for 35 minutes before just like collapsing and just picking out just where these. What the hell was that? Did y'all hear it? It must be something outside. Okay. All right. So it's the fact that you couple all those different things together, and you get into the situation where Lindy just can't take the uncertainty that Miguel is putting out there. Even though she's claiming and claiming and claiming that she can, she truly, truly can't. So later at the group dinner, they first walk up to the group dinner and they're talking, and Lindy calls out Miguel for wanting to give it his all for 8 weeks and saying he'll decide. Now in this moment, 10 minutes before, she clearly has an issue with him saying that, right? That bothers her. She has an issue with it. They all decide to go sit down and finish the conversation. Throughout this process, everyone's going around talking about what they enjoy about each other, what they're looking forward to, concerns, whatever the case. Miguel thinks it's crazy how some of these couples, mainly Alexis and Justin, know that they want to spend their life with someone who they just met. He said he doesn't know if he's in it for more than 8 weeks. He doesn't know if he has more than 8 weeks in it for himself, right? So watching Alexis and Justin say that they love each other, we're going to spend our life together, he can't fathom saying that to Lindy right now, because he doesn't know if he even wants to be with her for more than the 8 weeks. So Lindy, all of a sudden, 15 minutes later, agrees. And she's like, yeah, that makes total sense. Like, I don't know either. Like, we're going to take it how it goes. And it's like, girl, literally, before we walked over here, you, Lindy, you had an issue with that. Now, all of a sudden, you're okay with it? And I love that Alexis called her out. And Alexis tells her, that's kind of odd, Lindy, because earlier you didn't agree with that. So Lindy now feels like she likes knowing where he is. She wants to meet him exactly where he is. And if Miguel is feeling away, and if Miguel is not yet in that capacity, then she respects it. She wants to respect exactly where he is. So then Stasha asks, what is the mindset of wanting to get married? Did you come in with that mindset of wanting to get married? So then Stasha turns in and said, because I just want to get to the root of it. So Stasha's like, what do you do? Why'd you sign up? And like Stasha is laying out the questions. And then the mariachi band comes out and, we're doing whatever. And while this is going on, they're still mic'd up. So we hear Miguel say, "Saved by the Bell." And it's like, what's funny? Why would you be saved by the bell? Because we could see Miguel getting visibly upset. But it's funny because why are you getting upset when you were just playing devil's advocate to Justin and Alexis? So it's okay for you to play devil's advocate and ask Alexis, what is Justin doing for you? Ask Justin, what is Alexis doing for you? But you don't want Stasha to play devil's advocate and ask you, why did you bring your ass on this show? Miguel's not going to get on my nerves this season. He's not going to get on my nerves this season. Because I don't think Miguel is here for anything other than to be on TV. I don't. And I think it's time to stop blaming the experts for every single couple that doesn't work. It's time to stop blaming the experts because we don't know what these people are putting on their sheets. We don't know what they're saying in some of these interviews. And a lot of it comes down to Miguel saw Lindy. He's probably not the most attracted to her, right? So that's one. Because he didn't seem like uberly excited at the altar. So he's not the most excited. He wasn't the most attracted to her. Two, her neuroticism. Is that the word? Her neurotic ways. That didn't feel right when I said it. Her neurotic ways came out so early that even while he said it wasn't a turnoff, it was. Three, the fact that she wasn't willing to, pop her for pee right away, I think helped, kind of push him in that direction too. Lindy is trying to be so agreeable with him that she wants to be with him so bad. She wants to keep him happy so bad that no matter what Miguel says, what Miguel wants, she's going to do it. Miguel says jump, how high? That's what Lindy's on right now. So while the mariachi band comes out and Sasha was looking like bitch because she knew she was about to get him, Lindy then says, we're the only real ones at the table. Everyone else is, we're only real ones at the table. We're the ones that's taking it slow. Hell, but you just said that y'all had sex. Y'all are the only couple that have had sex yet. Y'all are the only couple that's fucking, but you think y'all are the only real ones at the table taking it slow? When your guy literally said, well, we'll see what happens after 8 weeks. He's not even planning to be with you for the long haul. At least some of these other couples, they are actively planning and at least pretending that they want to be together for the entire duration. We have to stop blaming the experts for every single thing that happens with these couples. And I know it's easy to say, oh, well, Dr. Pepper picked wrong people. It's easy to do that. But like when you really look at the show, and I think the fact that I do the reviews for it, I look at it through a different lens. This couple, like watching some of these people, they're not always bad matches, right? You're not going to get exactly what you asked for. But a lot of them aren't terrible matches. It is their true personalities coming out. So the representatives are doing these interviews. The representatives are filling out the forms to be on the show. But once the representative is gone, and now your true self has to come out in this marriage, that's why these marriages are falling apart. We can't blame the experts for every single fallen marriage. Because in this scenario, this is not the experts putting together a bad match. This is Miguel not being emotionally mature enough to be married. That's what this situation is. So later that night, Lindy said, even though they don't agree on everything, they are still understanding each other more. She is excited to see how far they're going to get into each other's lives. Y'all going to get as far as the 8 weeks. Miguel has told you. The fact that Miguel keeps saying 8 weeks, these 2 months, these 8 weeks, these 2 months, these 8 weeks, like that should tell you he's not looking to have a long-term relationship with you. Miguel came on here to probably get some exposure so he can find another, what's it called, Dungeons and Dragons. So he can find another Dungeons and Dragons person that is his true counterpart. It's not you, Lindy. It's not you, and it's nothing that you have done. Miguel is not ready to be married. That's simply it. He put on a representative when he did the interview, when he did the matchmaking, and that's why they thought, oh, this is a mature person that's ready to get married. Because if you look at Miguel's package from the matchmaking special, nothing that he said or did would make you think that he would turn out to be the way he's acting now, where he's saying, well, 8 weeks. I probably ain't even got 8 weeks in me. Like, no one would have thought that he would have done that. So we can't always blame. That's what failed. I see what failed now. So we can't always blame the experts for some of the demise of these relationships. We just can't. So then the next morning, Lindy is asking Miguel if he has any concerns about living together. He said no. She's concerned about him resenting her for not working. So Lindy once again wants to remind us that she has worked very hard so that she can work when she wants to. So she said the days that she's off, where she's not doing anything, if she wants to lay around, go to the beach, go shopping, drive down to Mexico, she does not want to hear no bullshit. Okay? She don't want to hear no bullshit about you criticizing her and resenting her for what you feel that she should be doing. What that basically means is if I'm taking off, I don't want to hear nothing about my damn student loans. Don't mention paying a bill to me on the days that I'm off. Miguel's response was simply, you worry too much. He didn't assure her that don't worry about that. Do what you do, girl. I understand you have days off. He didn't do any of that. It was simply, you worry too much. We're not going to worry about things that might not even happen. You didn't say that won't happen. You said that might not even happen. What a mess. What a mess. I'm disgusted by Miguel, to be real, because Miguel clearly does not like Lindy. He wants to have sex with Lindy. He does not like Lindy, and he is going to string her along until the end, and she's going to be doing leaps, bounds, backflips, and cartwheels, trying to get into his good graces because she wants to be married that bad. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Catch you guys next week.